Okay, March 2026. If you've been thinking about a trip to Costa Rica, you have basically hit a sweet spot in the calendar.
A really specific one.
Exactly. Welcome to the deep dive. We took all the sources you sent us, the travel advisories, ecological reports, all that adventure tourism data, and we put them through the filter.
Hmm.
Our goal today is to give you the definitive, non-obvious insights into why this specific 4-week window is, well, maybe the optimal time to experience Pura Vida.
And this isn't just a generic go in the dry season recommendation.
No.
We're really zeroing in on March itself. Our mission here is to give you the shortcut to being truly well-informed.
Cutting past the basics.
Right. Straight to the tactical advantages of traveling this month. We need to extract the actionable nuggets here. We're synthesizing everything from, the weather patterns to the crucial safety windows for tourism, even the nuances of biodiversity viewing.
Okay, let's unpack this then. The core advantage. The weather. March is right at the height of the dry season. The sources all highlight this abundant sunshine, warm temperatures. But I have to ask, doesn't December or January offer the same thing? Why is March so tactically superior?
That's where the nuance is. See, December and January, they're often the absolute peak holiday season.
Right, the crowds.
Huge international crowds, higher prices, more competition for the best guides, the best lodging. March is technically the late dry season. So you get that same guaranteed clear weather, but with a slight dip in crowd density. Peak comfort without the most aggressive peak season surge.
Okay, that makes sense.
And what's fascinating is the practical impact, the logistics. Dry conditions mean major operational benefits.
How so?
Well, think about ecotourism. The roads, the trails, they're at their most accessible, fewer delays. And the sources explicitly mention the reduction in humidity makes hiking just far more comfortable.
And the big one.
And, yes, the universally appreciated benefit, a significant documented reduction in mosquitoes compared to the rainy season.
More comfort, better access, fewer mosquitoes. That is a solid foundation.
A very solid foundation.
And speaking of comfort, let's talk beaches. The sources are absolutely clear that March is especially favorable for the Pacific coast.
The Pacific side really delivers this time of year. The dry season is just most pronounced in those regions like Guanacaste and Punta Arenas.
So where should you be looking?
Well, the sources highlight a few key areas, and each one serves a different need. If you want that classic combo of white sand beaches right next to the rainforest,
Manuel
Antonio National Park is the spot. You're literally spotting capuchin monkeys and sloths from your beach towel. It's incredible.
And then if you go further north to the Gold Coast region, Tamarindo, that's the definition of lively.
Totally. It's known for its strong, consistent surf, those spectacular sunsets, and just a buzzing town atmosphere. Great for nightlife, tons of restaurants.
But what if you're looking to, downshift completely?
Then you head down to the Nicoya Peninsula, Santa Teresa. The sources describe it as the heart of Costa Rican wellness culture.
Ah, the yoga retreats.
Laid-back days, yoga retreats, and these consistently perfect waves for, intermediate surfers who are just looking for some tranquility.
And it's not just about the sand. What are the conditions like for actually getting in the water?
March is superb for that. The sources note really warm water temps. We're talking high 70s, low 80s Fahrenheit, and calm surface conditions.
So good for more than just surfing.
Oh yeah. It's prime time for swimming, snorkeling, and especially paddleboarding, things that often get disrupted by heavy swells or rain runoff in the wet season. You get that clarity, that stability.
Okay, so let's move inland, from the coast to the highlands. This is where those clear skies really start to pay massive dividends. We need to talk volcanoes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the visibility factor is critical when you're exploring these massive geological features, and March provides excellent clarity.
So where are we heading?
Take Arenal Volcano near La Fortuna. It's the centerpiece of the region. The sources detail a huge menu of activities there, hiking old lava fields, visiting the La Fortuna waterfall.
But the real draw.
The real draw, in March, specifically mentioned, is relaxing in the natural hot springs. Clear sky evening soaks are highlighted as a major advantage.
I can picture that.
Imagine sitting in 100-degree mineral water, looking up at a perfectly clear night sky. That's an experience that clouds often prevent during invierno, the rainy season.
And for those closer to the Central Valley, there's Poas Volcano. It's famous for its huge crater, that acidic lake. Why is the dry season so important for looking at an acidic lake?
That's a great question. The thing with the Poas crater is it often releases volcanic gases and steam. In the wet season, all that humidity and low cloud cover can just completely obscure the crater floor.
A total whiteout.
A total whiteout. In March, those dry conditions significantly increase your chances of actually seeing that dramatic turquoise lake and the vents. It makes the day trip worthwhile.
Okay, now let's talk adventure. Dry season conditions are, they're the literal foundation for Costa Rica's whole adrenaline economy.
It's not hype, it's tactical scheduling assurance. The stability is key.
So, for example, zip lining.
Think about it. Dry conditions mean stable platforms, less mud on the trails leading up, and crucially, higher safety ratings. Operators face fewer high-wind disruptions that can delay or cancel tours.
And what about whitewater rafting? I always associate great rafting with heavy rain. Aren't the rivers getting low by March?
That's a common misconception. March, being the late dry season, is often this hydrological sweet spot for rivers like the Pacuare or the Sarapiquí.
How so?
The water flow is still sustained by the runoff from the previous rainy season, so you get these dynamic, fun rapids. But you avoid the extreme dangers of flash flooding or debris-filled water you get in the really heavy rain months.
So it's safer.
Better safety, clearer water, and highly reliable tour scheduling. It's essential when you're paying for a big trip.
So whether you're surfing on an ATV tour or strapping into a zip line, March is basically a natural scheduling guarantee.
Precisely. It means you can rely on your itinerary. And that reliability, combined with the decreased humidity and exceptional clarity for photography, makes it the highly strategic time the sources recommend.
Okay, let's pivot to what is, I think, the crown jewel of Costa Rica, the biodiversity. We all know the country is famous for its nature, but what's the actual statistic that really drives this home?
Here's the aha detail that has to stick with you. Despite being geographically tiny, Costa Rica contains nearly 6% of the entire world's biodiversity.
6%? That's a staggering figure.
It's incredible. And it justifies why every traveler seeking wildlife needs to focus their itinerary here.
So where do you go to see that 6% in action, and how does March help?
The sources point to two main destinations. First, Monteverde Cloud Forest Reserve, famous for its misty forests, the hanging bridges.
And for birdwatcher.
For birdwatchers, March is critical. The dry season often coincides with the breeding season for specific species, including the incredibly elusive and stunning resplendent quetzal.
So they're more active.
More active, more visible. It makes Monteverde a highly strategic viewing location at that specific time.
That's a great tactical tip. Okay, and then we have the undisputed heavy hitter of conservation, Corcovado National Park.
Corcovado, on the Osa Peninsula. It's routinely described as one of the most biologically intense regions on Earth.
Wow!
And its remoteness is why this density exists. On guided hikes, you have a real chance to see tapirs, all 4 species of Costa Rican monkeys, scarlet macaws, and maybe, just maybe, a glimpse of a jaguar or puma.
And the timing is everything. Hiking deep into a region like that means long hours on the trail.
The dry trails are key. Long hikes are exhausting enough without fighting calf-deep mud.
Right.
March provides the comfort of dry terrain, less exertion, greater safety. And crucially, while the trails are dry, the forest is still lush enough to sustain all that wildlife. It's the perfect dynamic.
Okay, moving beyond nature for a moment, let's talk culture. The sources note that March offers these meaningful cultural experiences because it avoids the peak holiday crowds.
This is a huge point for travelers who want genuine immersion. When mass tourism is at its absolute peak, cultural offerings can get a little commercialized.
A bit staged.
Exactly. But March offers a unique cultural focus. Dia de San Jose on March 19th.
The patron saint of the capital.
Right. And while it has religious observances, it's primarily a local, community-focused celebration. It's not for international tourists, it's for local families. It's a window into authentic Costa Rican community life you just wouldn't see at Christmas or Easter.
Which means March is a good time to actually explore San Jose, the capital. A lot of people just bypass it.
They do, and they're missing out. San Jose, in a quieter period like March, is really accessible. You can visit the Gold Museum, the Jade Museum, dive into the Central Market.
And the coffee.
And the coffee, of course. The sources specifically highlight tours of coffee plantations in the Central Valley. You can see the process of this crucial national export. Often as the harvest wraps up, you're engaging with the economic engine of the country.
Which brings us to the synthesis, really. Why March 2026 is so strategic for ecotourism.
It all comes together.
You've got high-quality wildlife viewing, especially for active breeding season animals like the quetzal, excellent light for photography, and maybe most critically, maximum accessibility. Roads and trails are at their most manageable.
To sum it up, you're getting this near-perfect confluence of weather reliability, reduced crowd pressure, and optimal conditions for specific activities. From adventure tourism safety to the visibility for geological sites. The sources conclude that March provides an exceptional opportunity.
So, whether your itinerary is lounging on a Pacific beach, tackling the rapids of the Pacuar, soaking in volcanic hot springs, or hiking through the cloud forest for that Quetzal, March 2026 is clearly the tactical window.
It's a strategic choice for maximum reward and minimum disruption.
Exactly.
And given everything we've talked about, Costa Rica's incredible natural beauty, its status as one of the most biologically intense regions on Earth, here is a final provocative thought for you to explore. What challenges might Costa Rica face in maintaining this delicate balance between its biodiversity and its growing popularity? As more travelers like you strategically seek out these near-perfect windows, that dynamic tension between conservation and booming tourism is definitely something to ponder as you plan your trip.